All right, and welcome back to episode 052 of the
Okay
Guidons.
Okay.
Podcast powered by the Strength Co. I'm your host, Grant Broggi, joined in studio with Mr. Jeff Buege from the greater Mormon area of Utah. And of course, the best logistics officer we've ever met, Trey Gottlich, coming to you from Frisco, Texas, by way of Abilene. But if he leaves now, he can still make Cheyenne. Today's date is December the 23rd. That's right. We are 2 days before Christmas in the year of our Lord, 2024. The price of the block height is 876,108. We'll get the price of Bitcoin for you later. But it's a very special episode. Every year, when we complete another year of podcasting, we make a really big deal about it. And so we have found that 52 weeks or episodes means 1 year. And so here we are again, where we've always been, as tradition is, where we celebrate year's end. And let me tell you, if there was ever a day to not record a podcast, and I've said this before, I've actually kind of always said it, but it's true this time. If there was ever a day to say, you know what, it's been fun. I know we make a lot of money from Mr. Helmet, dude, and our sponsors, BW Tax, keep the lights on. But gentlemen, this was the day to just mail it in. But no, the show goes on. Here we are, episode 052. Don't thank me, thank my OSO. Marine Corps thanks me twice a month starting next month, which will be nice. But yeah, lots to catch up on. Let's see. Let me just go on a quick couple things here before we go over to the slide deck. I love moving. I've always loved moving. I've always said that. I'll never stop saying it. It's great because once you get the pod out and you get all your stuff to the destination, it just unpacks itself. And if you're doing it around Christmas time, no one wants to see you. No one wants to see your new baby. They just say, hey, Grant, you just get unpacked and we'll see you when we see you. That's what they say. So, yeah, moving is still my favorite thing ever. Anyway, yeah, moving's great. We're all moved in and we're broadcasting from beautiful Southern California.
Upstate. Oh,
yeah. South California, as I call
Southern
it.
California.
And I think I may have a slide on that, Jeff. But Trey, do you want to cover trash real quick?
Yeah. Do we have trash? Do I have any trash on you?
If I did, it would be with all my gear and headed to the firing line.
You know where it goes, right? Yeah, we'll go police this area. It's going to be better than the way we found it. Trash truck comes at 07.
I thought I was a Marine, not a police officer. Well, I'm not policing everything.
It's confusing.
Okay.
It's confusing.
Well, with that, let's kick the slide deck.
Okay. Well, we've covered first two topics. The first one was an off-air slide, but to keep listeners in, we are in fact recording, so that's a win. We talked about the trash, so that's second most important thing. And then just real quick, gentlemen, just want to hit on the trash again, real quick. Just reiterate. Pick up your trash, okay? Dip bottles, spit bottles, those need to go away, okay? Pick up your trash and gear. All right, moving in to our next slides.
Hey, real quick, Commander's comments. I know I'm the last slide on the deck, but I just want to say I want to thank Trey and Jeff for covering trash. Trash is it's an issue, and here in the state of California, if you put that dip bottle next to that aluminum can, we won't be podcasting. We will shut the whole thing down. So just police that trash.
That's true. That's true.
Everyone thinks we're joking too.
Yeah,
That's the funny part.
I know.
Everyone thinks we're joking. We're being 100% serious.
And yet I was in a brief last Thursday, and it was
with
like
trash.
Kind of
trash brief,
but I was just like, wow, this is everything we make fun of on the podcast is happening in real time right now.
So real.
Yeah, it's real. Very real.
I love it. Okay. Wasn't sure if we're going to have to omit this slide, but I've gone ahead and I've unhit it from the slide deck because, Trey, you did hint on the fact that there is an amateur lifting update. And then I also want to touch on carnivore / fasting that you've been dabbling in here recently.
Let's get into this.
But yeah, the floor
Turn
is
over
yours
a new leaf.
So amateur lifting update is that I lifted
Hey.
Good update.
Y'all been updated?
Good job.
Okay, hold on. Let me update my tracker. Okay, slide it. Yep, it's green. Okay, the box is green.
Go ahead and take him off, BCP. He's good. He's working out with the duty.
Not quite. No, so I started it was like this is like the worst time of year to start a fast. It's like Christmas when everybody has food.
I disagree.
You disagree that
I think the return on investment is higher.
Yes,
because if you're fast, yeah. But I know what you mean. It's the hardest.
If you're disciplined enough to do it, it's hard to do because all the good food's out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And so I did a long fast. Long for me at least, a 5-day fast.
That's the longest I've ever done.
That's a long fast.
Yeah.
And so it was, I was like, man, it's kind of accumulated since. So like before we got these girls, I was probably.
You're talking about me, Jeff, and you, or
before I got these girls, right. I was probably like 245, 250, somewhere in there, right?
Okay, that's good fighting weight,
grown man.
And then because I'd been lifting, felt really good.
I get it. Lifting and drinking is all you know.
All you know. It's summer.
Weight started doing this, and this. I was like, man, I just feel miserable. So I was talking with Grant, did like a long-term fast, kind of did a little reset. And then I'm like, well, let's keep this going. So I kicked off carnivore to end the fast.
Okay. Real quick. So with the fast, did you go in, were you like sorry, Mom, were you like an asshole going into the fast? Or did you like kind of wean off like disgusting stuff? Because I've done it both ways where it's like I'm about to fast, pizza, everything, and then the beginning of the fast is terrible.
Man, or you didn't really. My personality, and like if I can't wean off, like if I wean off, I just have to cut it like cold turkey. So I cut off like everything and like caffeine, everything. I kind of just went cold turkey on it all, and then just went 5 days, kind of just water fast, essentially.
Yeah.
And then
no electrolytes, no salt.
I did. Whenever I need salt, there's like, I go to like pickle juice usually and just take like a little swig of that. But that's about the
there's no hate or judgment here. I'm just always curious. I remember one time a guy on Twitter telling me that he's fasting and he was doing a soup diet. And I was like, well, that's not really fasting. You're just eating soup. So I was just curious where you're at. No, I think pickle juice, something to get electrolytes.
Something to get electrolytes. And usually like if you can try to, in my opinion, like if you can keep it under like a 50 calorie limit, like I don't know if that truly breaks the fast. Oh, I don't have one.
I'll send you one.
We'll get you
one.
Oh, okay. I got the hat.
Sorry, kind of ruined Trey's mojo. Jeff and I were just drinking out of the same coffee mug. If you're not watching us on YouTube, go to the OK Podcast and subscribe and see all the cool stuff. Anyway, all right. So 50 cals. That's good.
Well, like that's not saying I'm just taking like a bunch of 50 calorie snacks like in perpetuity, throughout the fast. It's just like
yeah. Good old 50 calorie snack.
Like I'm like some people do bone broth to it. If they do like a small enough amount, I think 50 calorie, like it's enough to keep you in a fasted state.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Because you're trying to hit the ketogenic.
Yeah, trying to get into keto. There's got to be something. Anything that's not like spiking the blood sugar real crazy. I think you're probably fine. But if it
does, and if it's small enough, it dips back down pretty quick. It dips
back down. Yeah. I just think it's funny when people say fasting, they're
just like drinking soup all day,
right? Or like bone broth. And I think there's probably value in a bone broth fast, right? You're gonna lose weight. You're gonna like give everything a break. I just always have found it interesting when people are like, yeah, I'm fasting. And I'm like, oh, okay. They're like, yeah, I only eat dinner. Like, wait, what? Like, that's not fasting. So
that's an intermittent fasting. I get it. Like that OMAD. Yeah. And then usually like the last day. So like before, like, hey, I'm going to break my fast at this time, eat at this time, like 12 hours before, that's when I break out like the bone broth.
Okay. Yeah.
And
that's the right
just to kind of get your system kind of back into it.
Yeah.
And so I did that. And then into the fast, I'm like, let's just start.
How much weight did you lose?
I probably lost 15.
You didn't hop on a scale? You don't know?
I lost 15 pounds.
Oh, 15. Yeah. That sounds about right. 5
pounds.
days. Yeah. I usually do about 10 when I do a 5-day. No, that's great. And then
I had more to lose.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's sure, maybe. I don't know. I'm pretty hefty right now. I sat down next to Santa today and I was like,
someone said Grand Slap.
You're wrong.
If my mustache was white. Okay, so now are you full bore carnivore, like meat only, or are you doing like if it has a face, you can eat it? So meat, hard cheeses, milks.
I do some of the hard cheeses.
Okay,
I love. What's your criteria for if it's a hard cheese or a soft cheese? How do you know?
Abby throws it at me, and if it hurts,
then it's hard.
A hard cheese.
Yeah,
it's a hard cheese.
Get that Gouda out of here.
No breeze for you.
I feel like someone apparently cottage cheese is a hard cheese. I don't know.
If you throw it hard enough, yeah, sure. That's like giving Randy Johnson, like, hey, Randy, throw this cheese at me real quick.
Well, you throw it like in the container, it hurts.
You freeze it.
Oh, you're supposed to unpackage the cheese? I didn't know that. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So how long? I try to keep the cheese kind of on the lower side.
Nice.
How's it going so far?
No. How long are you going to go?
I was shooting for 30 days.
Okay. So you just got to ride a little longer, make it all the way through January, World Carnivore Month. More people will be doing it. You'll be less weird when you go out to eat. And
oh yeah, well, I've already experienced that. Went out to eat.
Yeah, it's hard.
After church, sitting next to my 93-year-old 94-year-old grandmother. Order a steak. And she's like, "Are you to eat your vegetables?" I'm like, "No, I'm just have the steak."
They're bad for you, Grandma.
You need to eat the vegetables. It was like, it got a little awkward for a second. Yeah. I was like,
"Do I?
Eat them?"
Yeah.
But
all right. Well, nice. We'll stay by for carnivore updates. If you like diet stuff, if you want to lose weight, if you have questions on nutrition, or if you need someone to hold you accountable and you're not a member of our Slack channel, click the show notes down there. You can join, use code OK, save you $10. So you can join for $19. Last year we took, I think it was 32 lifters or members through the carnivore diet for the month of January. It was actually really fun. And it like just provided a little peace of mind when you're looking at a breath mint and you're like, it's just a breath mint. And you're like, yeah, but it didn't have a face, so I can't eat it. So yeah, you can join us over there. But yeah, nice. Trey,
big carnivore. And then got the first lift in today too. So
look like a little squat.
Did you see that? See the picture? See the picture I wrote out? The game plan for the week.
Oh yeah,
I did not. I also saw that you guys were talking a lot of sports the other day, and I was like, I don't even know what a sport is right now.
But sport of moving.
Yeah, it's a sport. It's a full body contact.
You're the national champ.
Yeah,
coast to coast.
Coast to coast, yep.
Well, no, it's essentially I kind of wrote out the game plan for the week of just doing the one lift a day.
Yeah,
kind of
underrated.
What that is. Yeah.
Okay, got some Christmas deadlifts going. I see. Okay, you can do some Christmas deadlifts. I like it.
Okay.
Dang, that's good stuff. That's good. What
else we got?
Well, I guess we could there are some topics you threw in there. I think they kind of revolved around moving. Slash.
I'm glad we're all sick. That's always good.
Yeah, being sick, that could be one of our slides. Yeah, just
it could be a slide for later. Yeah.
So fun.
I am curious, how's traveling with a baby?
So the traveling with the baby went pretty well. I think the hardest part of the move was since we podcasted last, we lived out of suitcases. And so you're in a house, you're trying to live in the house, but you don't have anything. So you're eating out. So you're like super unhealthy. And then you're just kind of miserable, especially with the baby, because you need like more stuff. And actually like whatever you need 3 of them because you lose one of them like every 5 minutes. But the logistics of actually the whole move I was proud of. And you, Trey, as a logistics officer would have been proud of me. But no, parents came, loaded up, cats, everything, drove to Charlotte. Valeted the car, much to my dad's demise, but it seemed like the right thing to do. Unloaded all the bags, went up to the counter. Everything went smooth. Cats were good. Baby was good on the plane. Everything went great. Landed. Logistics were good. I did 2 things wrong. And we left South Carolina, had everything planned out, and we have this like milk chiller, so you like keep breast milk in it, and then when the baby needs it, you warm it and you feed the baby. And I didn't want the milk chilled to go bad, so I was like, that's the last thing I'm gonna get out of the fridge. So that was in the fridge, and of course I brought that. No, I didn't.
Yep.
So we left with no milk, but luckily I have a supplier that supplied more. And so that was okay. And then the second thing I did wrong was got to the airport here. Diana's mom and sister came to pick her up in their car. We had 5 bags, military checks, 5 for free. And I felt okay doing that.
Okay.
Considering I'm deploying. And so a lot of big bags. And then my parents had a small rental and there was like a bag situation. But I was like, I also have to get the cats to the house because the first night I had Diana and the baby in a hotel just because I was like, we can't like roll into the house and like expect to sleep.
Yeah.
So everything went to like the street where my big black Chevy truck was parked and they threw the bags in there. Diana goes to the hotel, checks in. Mom, dad go to the hotel, check in their room. I'm like going to set up the cats. I'm like, oh man, all the frozen cat food because our cats are carnivore. I'm like, it's in that checked bag. And so I had to do a little logistics there. But outside of those 2 minor hiccups, no, it went well. And I don't
think
think
much worse. Yeah.
If someone's mad at you, and Isabella didn't even really like cry or do anything, but if someone's like mad about a baby on a plane, I feel like I know where you're going when you die.
Yeah.
like,
dude.
But so like parents are super self-conscious. I don't think that we really were, but you do see it like parents like constantly complaining. I'm like, or not complaining, apologizing. And I'm like, you have like 3 kids strapped to you.
It's public transportation.
Yeah.
So I looked over once. I think I told some guy who was like kept looking over. I'm like, they sell planes. You can just buy your own if you want to.
So it went good.
Baby. They don't know what they're doing.
Good. There's a lot of like research, and I got to give Diana a lot of credit because she had like watched the YouTube videos on. You go in, your stroller doesn't count, the car seat doesn't count, but if you're going to gate check them, you should buy a bag. She messaged Trey, what's the best bag? We had the bag, the breast pump doesn't count, like a diaper bag doesn't count. And so 1, it's like, cool, all this stuff doesn't count. And then 2, it's like, yeah, but I still have to get through the airport. So how much stuff do I?
Ton of stuff.
So we thought through a lot of that. And it went, all things considered. I mean, we're here. Look at us. I mean, look at this podcast studio.
Oh, looks sharp. That's so much smoother than my first time flying on a plane.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't need accolades.
I had no idea what to expect.
That was your first time flying on a plane ever. It was kind of like when I met Santa. It was the first time Isabella met Santa and the first time I met Santa, and it was an experience. So it was kind of like that when you flew. You're from Texas. I get it. You guys take horses everywhere.
Horses, yeah.
I feel like you know exactly what I meant there.
In Texas, they call that public transportation.
What I was talking about.
No, impossible to know.
Nope.
We'll never know. Mystery continues.
Next slide.
Grant, sounds like you had to visit the deer's office or had to deal with them.
Man.
I guess this ties into 29 Palms, maybe, and we can also go to the Yucca Man.
Yeah,
I don't know how related these all are.
2 slide for the deer's office. If you'd hit me up 10 days ago, I would have been very animated. Ooh. Everything's kind of calmed down, but so for those who don't know, for you non-military types, if you have a dependent, you have to put them into something called DEERS, and I don't even know what it stands for, but it basically tells the military, hey, I have a dependent. Dependents, eat everything really salty. Deers.
Yeah. That's true, though.
Yeah. So, in short, I started getting these bills for these pediatrician appointments, and I'm like A minus 90. I'm not even TRICARE Reserve Select anymore. I'm TRICARE Prime. Why are they charging me for this? Because I know, I sent the freaking dang birth certificate to the staff sergeant admin chief who put her in MOL. Two different systems. Don't talk.
Of course.
So baby's not covered. Baby's not covered. But of course, if you're moving from the East Coast to the West Coast, you switch from TRICARE East, which is called Humana, to TRICARE West, which is called TRICARE West. I don't know why the names can't match. Long story short, you have to go to an ID center run by a civilian.
God.
And that is where you get your baby registered. And you have to like bring all this documentation. So this is, a couple days before the move, and I look up it's a CAC card, common access card, your military, it's the same place you do like anything with a military ID. And I find the Deere's office, and there's one downtown close to me. Call it. They're booked through January. Can't talk to a person. Can only leave a voicemail. They'll start returning calls on January 18th to book March.
Obviously.
I'm like, all right. Jeez. And then you have another
no
one.
No one's going to cancel or anything. Nope.
You have another one at Clemson, which obviously I don't want to go there.
Ew.
But no, the Clemson one doesn't support adding dependents, just like PIN updates for your card.
Oh, okay.
So then you have another one at USC Upstate, which is about a 40-minute drive. And the website says they open at 7:30. Apple Maps says they open at 08:30. And the voicemail for the place that won't take you says that they open at 09. So I'm like, all right, I'm just going to go first thing in the morning, 08. So I get there at 08 and I park and I get out. And I got the baby. She's riding in the 97 Chevy. She loves it, by the way. I get in the stroller and this like Army staff sergeant's like late to work. He's like, who are you here for? I'm like, Deere's. Like, hopefully she's in today. I was like, okay, that's not good. So I go to the front door. I go to the front door, and there's a sign on the building. And this isn't just like a Deere's office. It's the Army recruiters there. There's like an auditorium for USC Upstate. There's like a war memorial. Like it's a college building. And so as I go to the door, there's a sign that says Deere's office closed for day. And I'm thinking, okay, this must be up from yesterday.
Yep.
Like they left yesterday because it's 08:02, my favorite time of day right now. There's no way it's already closed. So I go in, I'm like, doing this thing with the stroller, rocking it back and forth. Like no one's coming in. I'm like knocking on the door. There's like a phone number. I'm picking it up, dialing the number. No one's answering. Then like a recruiter comes in and she's like, can I help you? I'm like, yeah, I'm here for the Deere's office. And she goes, she left for the day. And I go, it's 8:15
in the morning.
How was she gone for the day? And she's like, well, I don't know. She doesn't like work for me. I'm like, hey, look, I get it. I was like, I'm moving in 2 days and I'm activating and deploying January 2nd. I was like, I need this baby in Deere's. I was like, I'm sure she has family. And if I call her, I'd love a shot to just talk to her. She's like, I'm not allowed to give the phone number out. I'm like, you're not allowed? She's like, well, I don't have it. I'm like, you don't have it. The person that lives next door to you. And I'm trying to like be nice. But I realize I'm not getting anywhere. So then there's like the staff NCOIC number. I'm calling that. It's not answering. I'm calling the OIC. I'm not answering. So then I called Tim Bain, previous guest. I'm like, hey, man, in the Marine Corps, we have a thing called an ICE complaint where you like send it up to the top if you're unhappy with service and I'm unhappy. What do you call it in the Army? He's like, well, tell me what's going on. So I tell him. So he's like on Facebook. He's like on Microsoft Teams, and he's like pulling down like the name of the guy, and he's like, he's like,
sources.
You need to talk to Staff Sergeant. Actually, I'm gonna pull it up and put the Staff Sergeant on blast because he never called me back, and I left him like 17 voicemails. The Staff NCOIC of Deere's in the state of South Carolina. This is my ICE complaint. Is Sergeant First Class Rouse Dustin, middle name Everett. So I'm blowing up this number. I'm leaving voicemails. Nothing's happening. I'm like screaming at Tim. Tim's like, it's not my fault. I'm like, I know. I'm just really in a bad mood. So I'm just like, I'm going to try this downtown office. I'm just going to go and I'm just going to try to like grant it up, turn content grant on and make it happen. I get in there. There's two guys at the door, civilians. They're like, what are you here for? I was like, the Deere's office. I was like, I've actually been here before. I can't remember where it is. Like, do you have an appointment? I was like, no. They're like, she's not going to see you. And I just like take the car seat hood and I roll it back and I look at them both. I go, do you think she wants her to die while I'm deployed? And they're like, yeah, baby might help. You should give it a shot. So I go in there. She's super rude. And I'm like, well, can you see me? I'm like a break in between appointments. I got all the documents right here. Because it takes literally 3 minutes. And she's like, I don't know. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know? She's like, I don't know if I'll have time. Anyway, got the Deere's done, got approved.
So she had time.
Insurance. She had time. Yeah, she found
amazing.
Time.
Oh,
yeah.
Amazing. Crazy. Yeah. That is crazy that she had time.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't care what your politics are, and I don't know if Elon Musk can do it, but a Department of Government Efficiency is needed. Which sounds inefficient. Let's make a department to make us more efficient, which means create more government. But it was ridiculous.
That should all be done online, like 100%.
It should just be like, hey, social security number is in the system. this guy's a Marine and he's active. Like, you shouldn't have to do anything.
No.
Yeah. Anyway, so
I am also applying for that job where you leave at 8:15 in the morning.
Dude.
Yeah, that's what. So
That's
I am gonna. I'm still gonna.
That's the most military thing I've ever seen.
And everyone was okay with it. They were just like, "Oh yeah, she left." I'm like, "She just left," and well, I'll digress. Now I'm getting amped up again.
Yes.
But the biggest part I thought is I was like, I'm a major. Like, I can bully the recruiter, because I said to the recruiter at one point, I was like, "What's your rank?" She's like, "I'm a sergeant first class." I was like, "Okay, well, how about you start saying sir," right? Which I don't like to do, but it was needed. Imagine if you're like a Lance Corporal.
Lance Corporal.
About to deploy, and you just had a baby, and you're a reservist, so you have to go to these outlying sites, and you roll up, and the gunny's breathing down your neck, screaming at you, "Why isn't your CAT card updated?"
Yeah.
And you're like, "Gunny, I went and the person left at 8:15. So yeah, if you're in the state of South Carolina, which a lot of our listeners are, and you happen to be the staff NCO I see for the Deer's office, look out.
We don't like you.
Coming for you.
Not a potential sponsor.
I will get a general up your butt quick, fast, and in a hurry.
The Army does
call
stuff
the Lizard
like
Man.
that too.
That's what you should have called.
Gosh.
He would. Yeah,
Dude.
it was wild. It was wild. Anyway, Deer's office.
He would call Mr. Deers.
Yeah,
Like,
Mr.
hey,
Deers.
what's going on?
Can we go to the because I do want to talk about 29 Palms. I feel like we
Okay.
all have fond memories, but I feel like we should take a break from military. Can we go to the one I put in there about the name of something?
The name of something. There's a couple names.
Yeah,
Jude Law. You put Jude Law in there again.
Oh, I figured Jude Law out.
Oh my
and
god!
And now I'm blanking.
Oh no, he forgot again.
No. But I know what to
you're
Google
talking
now.
about the name of the state out west that takes up the whole seaboard.
No, do Law first.
Okay.
I'm too interested.
I wanted to keep the listeners in suspense.
Yeah, let's come back to Jude Law. What was the question? What was the question again, Jeff?
The name of the state out west that takes up the whole seaboard.
Okay. Go ahead,
California.
Jeff.
Is that
Okay.
is that California?
Trey, good job. Okay. I've always called it California. I've lived here. I'm here now. More of my adult life than I've lived anywhere else. People that I talk to here call it California. Everyone around here calls it California, with the exception of like some people in San Francisco will occasionally say Cali.
Okay.
But Texans and everyone on the East Coast, two different types of people, say Cali. When you going back to Cali, bro? And I'm like, what? Like, you've never called me bro, and why are you saying Cali? And I just think it's really interesting. I mean, Trey, do you ever call it Cali? No, right? Like, I don't actually understand why people say Cali. They're like, yeah,
I say
Cali.
left coast.
That works.
Yeah.
Left coast works. I don't understand Cali.
West coast.
That works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Jeff, like, you don't have a strong sentiment about this as I do? You haven't experienced this?
Like, I don't think I realized that until you brought it up. Like, oh yeah, no one in California does say Cali.
No one says
other people,
Cali.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
how was it living in Cali? Like, did you like
Yeah,
it?
it's
And
like,
it's
what?
just
So I didn't know if there was like a movie that I missed. I missed a lot of movies growing up.
no, that's not true.
No? Oh, okay.
Well, apparently you didn't miss the one with Jude Law in it. All right, listeners got to know what's
So the whole to sum up that slide is just Grant doesn't like when people say Cali.
I just think it's interesting. Like,
Okay, so it's
should
neither
have-
here nor there. You just
no,
thought
I
it was-
dislike it. I dislike
Oh,
it
okay.
a lot.
So
Yeah.
you do dislike it.
And I lived there and you didn't. So I can tell you that they say California. Okay, Jude
Put
Law's
that on the bingo.
Jude Law's in a
Versus
new
Cali,
movie
bingo.
Ooh,
called The Order. And it's like
Is
a
it
white
Star Wars?
supremacist movie from the Pacific Northwest. And I had seen the trailer of the movie.
okay.
And that's why I put in Jude Law, because it looked really good and it's like doing really well. And they did not release it for streaming. Like, you have to go to the theater.
Oh,
Are you sure it's
And-
not the new Star Wars movie?
I don't. Is there a new Star Wars movie?
He's
I don't
in
think
a
so.
new Star Wars something.
No, it's called The Order.
oh yeah, 90%
90
on Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten
if
Tomatoes.
you
Yeah,
care what they say.
yeah. He has a
Okay.
sweet mustache in it. Yeah, I want to watch it.
Dig.
I haven't been to a movie in a while, and I think that's one I want to see.
I'm definitely gonna go see this one. All right.
Yeah.
That's good to know. I like that.
I'm gonna go see the Bob Dylan movie comes out.
Ooh.
Wednesday.
I can't decide if it looks good or not.
Did you guys see the Bob Marley movie?
No.
That was pretty.
No, I didn't. I would though.
Yeah, it's a good movie. If you like his music.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like his music.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, no,
everybody likes Bob Marley.
No, I think so too. I just think it's like, what's the Johnny Cash movie with
Walk the Line.
Phoenix? Yeah. If you like Johnny Cash music, you like that movie.
Yeah.
Regardless of the story, because the soundtrack's good. That's how the Bob Marley was. I don't even remember the point of the movie. I just remember being like, yes.
Yeah.
I bet
there's
that's
a couple of music
Dylan
ones that
movie.
weren't great.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't like the Amy Winehouse one that much.
Never heard.
I didn't see that one. Okay.
It was okay.
Yeah.
Like if you watch it once, you don't even watch it again.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen, there's like a pretty good documentary. You ever seen It Might Get Loud?
Yeah.
Trey, you have seen it, right?
I don't think so.
It's the Jack White documentary. Dude, it's so good.
It's actually,
it's incredible.
Really good.
It's incredible.
It's Jack White.
This is just a
Jack White,
great inside
Jimmy
joke.
Page, and the
Jimmy.
So it's all about like electric guitar players.
It starts out and he's making an electric guitar in a field out of wood, and then he bangs it for the cows, and it's like incredible.
Yeah. It's actually really good.
I own it on Apple.
I think you'd really like it.
TV.
Okay,
that's where I own my movies.
Yeah.
You chose Apple.
Yeah, well, yeah, or at least that's where I know I own my movies. But whenever I'm like, okay, I need something sentimental, I open Apple and go to the library, and I have like The Town, The Departed, It Might Get Loud, 180 degrees south, north, 98 degrees.
South.
What is it? 180 degrees south. And I have like 9 movies. The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance with John Wayne.
Dude, that's
The Searchers with John Wayne
like too.
Yeah, True Grit. Oh, and what's our movie that we like? The book writer we like. John McCall. No. The Road Goes On Forever. No.
He
wrote The Road.
Cormac McCarthy.
Yeah. John McCall. Same. Yeah. Yeah. What's the movie? No Country for Old Men.
Oh, dude, I love that.
Classic. Yeah.
I love that movie. That actually reminds me. I had another movie in there. Did y'all see Trap? It's the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
Is that the new one? Is it good?
No, it's not.
See, M. Night, he's either hit or miss, man.
So I watched it on an airplane. That was the only reason I watched it. I always feel like
great place to watch a movie.
Give movies a shot that I'm like, you know what? This is the only time that I would watch it. I'll put it on. And it was not good. Like the acting was just bad. And then I was talking with some people at work about it, and they're like, oh, he only made that because like it was like basically his like pumping up his daughter's like pop star career. Because it's like, oh, this character takes his daughter to this like, essentially think like Taylor Swift level like pop star like concert. And so there's a lot of like music and singing, and it's like this big production. And you're like, wow, they're like write a lot of songs for this movie. And no, it's M. Night Shyamalan's daughter's like music career that he's trying to like. So
also, Josh Hartnett's just not a good actor.
He's not good.
I've always said that.
He's not.
I definitely know who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would be a movie that Grant's seen that Josh Hartnett's in?
Black Hawk Down.
Yep.
Seen Black Hawk Down?
Yeah, I've seen Black Hawk Down. Is he in that?
He's like the main
squad leader. Yeah.
He's like takes over the squad.
He's a platoon sergeant.
Platoon sergeant. That's it.
Josh Hartnett.
Have you seen the Pearl Harbor movie, the bad one, where it's like a?
I prefer to watch bad movies.
But it's bad because it's like everyone was excited because it was like, oh, it's a Pearl Harbor movie. It's going to be like it's a tribute to Pearl Harbor, but it was like a love story.
And it was not.
It was a love triangle.
I don't think I've seen that. He's in that. Yeah, that's all right.
Your boy Ben Affleck's in it.
That's true.
Then I've definitely seen it. Yeah.
But just the Ben Affleck parts.
Just the Ben Affleck parts where he's smoking a cigarette in between action scenes out back. That's the part of the movie I've seen.
Yeah. That's good.
All right.
Okay.
Real quick, before we go to the next slide, I just want to say this podcast is brought to you by BW Tax. BW Tax, It is the end of December. It's December 23rd. It's Christmas by the time you hear this. You're in that weird spot right now, probably sitting on the couch with headphones in, telling your mother that you're on a work call, but you're actually listening to the OK Podcast. And in the back of your mind, you're realizing, I don't even know what my plan is for taxes. And I would call BW Tax. Gets a real dude, answers the phone, and regardless of where you live, he can do your taxes. That's just the truth. In South California, we call it a fact. So bwtaxllc.com. And I'll tell you, if you like episode 52, we're probably mostly here out of BW Tax guilt. Because if there was ever a time for me to cancel it, it was today, but we didn't. And it's because BW Tax sends a check, and it's not a small check. It is a fat check. And I think he just takes his tax return because that's how much money he gets back.
And you know,
from
that's
the
a
government.
big tax return with BW.
Yeah. Oh, the government's not keeping any of his money. So that's why we're here. So if you like this podcast, go over to bwtaxllc.com.
So you told me he can do your taxes in California?
Dude, he can do my taxes in California.
You're just living in South
Texas.
Carolina. And
So
now
what
you're in
if you had-
California and you can still do your taxes?
What if you had a business in South Carolina, but because you're an active duty Marine, you're currently in California, but the government sees you as you're in South Carolina, but you don't have to pay California tax because you're active duty and deploying. Without BW Tax, you'd never get through that minefield.
Oh my gosh.
But with
sounds like a lot of red
BW,
tape.
God, it's so easy. It's like Kevin Ruano in The Matrix. He just moving around the bullets. No?
Yeah.
Kevin
Ruano.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Kevin Ruano.
Yeah, just like that.
That's good. Speaking of action stars, though, Tom Cruise got a big award from the Navy.
I saw that. Yeah.
So Trey, how do we feel about Hollywood celebrities getting personal awards from the Navy?
It doesn't bother me.
This was their highest civilian honor.
He probably, the only thing that makes me upset about it is he probably didn't have to write his own award
That's probably true.
He probably used Grantbot.
Oh,
yeah, probably used Grandpa.
Yeah.
I'm still salty about that.
Yeah. Awards are the worst.
Maybe, I don't know. I might go for that one day. What do you get? Just make a bunch of movies?
Yeah, he made a bunch of movies.
Or was it for Top Gun specifically?
It was, I feel like they were like Top Gun and
Top Gun 2.
the other Top Gun.
Top Gun 2. Then you had what? What's the one where you can't
Tropic
handle
Thunder.
the truth?
Oh, yeah.
Mission
Where he was a Navy
Impossible.
JAG officer.
What is that called?
Oh,
Few
I
Good Men.
know that one. Yeah.
Few Good Men.
Few Good
Yeah,
Men.
yeah.
Kevin Bacon.
So, he probably got a lot of people to
He
join
is
the
in that, I
military
Yeah.
that maybe wouldn't have. So we salute
Yeah.
Tom Cruise. Honorary
I will
troop.
say.
For the troops.
Semper.
We support the troops.
We support the troops. There's one thing this podcast does. Let's see, other rapid fire one. This is from a couple weeks ago, but we were watching UFC. Like, what a career Bruce Buffer has. He just announces names well. And so that's just what he does. That's his job.
Is he? I've never heard of him. Is he like the Gino powerlifting of UFC?
He does even less than that. So if Gino just was,
Gino just does.
Well,
Jonathan from Alabama.
that's essentially what he does for UFC fighters.
What's his name?
Hey, I see she's using straps. Can I make the strap joke again?
Should I say it for the third time?
Yeah. Strapped up.
What's the story? What'd you tell him? He's like, man, glad we're in America though, right? What's that story? I love that story.
Everything he said was great. I see you lost your voice. Lemon juice and a little honey and a bottle of vodka. Okay, thanks. I'm ready.
That's definitely going to work.
Yep. Bobby, what's his name?
Bruce Buffer.
Bruce.
His friends call him Bobby.
Yeah. But he just announces names really well. And I'm like, I don't think he does I mean, maybe he does other stuff in life, but like, dang.
What do you think his net worth is?
It's got to be a couple mil, right?
Oh, yeah, I do know this guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you know who this is.
Yeah, he looks like Vince McMahon. Kinda.
Yeah. Bruce Buffer, net worth.
From Tulsa.
Hey.
Okay, so he gets all he can find is he gets $100,000 per fight.
Dang.
$50,000 for a typical UFC event, $100,000 for a special pay-per-view fight.
So he's rich.
Dang.
He makes about $2 million annually. Yeah, that's pretty good.
What an idiot.
For about probably per year, less than an hour of actual work. I mean, he probably does some sort of prep. Rehearses. But at this point, he probably is like,
what's his name?
Justin from Alabama.
Justin from Alabama.
So
the farmer.
Yeah.
Steve
the
Bay.
Farmer. He's a corn farmer. Look at it, ladies and gentlemen. It's Taj. Like the Taj Mahal. We love America. Look at that flag. We love America. So good. Arnold.
Bruce Buffer dressed up like Johnny Depp in Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Probably get
That's what Gino's going for him.
Yeah. He'd make $4 million a year.
Dang.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Next slide.
Okay. Next slide. Do we want to jump into college football?
I mean, we have to, because we have to like do a little sad story about
Did you
our
watch any
friend
of the
deploying.
games?
I watched, yes, no, yes, Penn State, some of Penn Dude. Some of Texas, Clemson.
Yeah.
SMU played
Penn State.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, those are the two that I watched. Yep, I didn't like watching
all of them.
Yeah.
Very boring. Very
Indiana,
bad.
Notre Dame, boring.
Yeah.
Shocking.
SMU, Penn State, boring.
Yeah.
Clemson, Texas was
Boring.
That had
it was
the
a
most
little,
excitement.
it was a little bit
but
better.
Like,
yeah.
Did they come back?
Kinda.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't really.
They got within like 10 points, maybe.
Yeah.
7
Okay.
points, 10 points.
Yeah.
You didn't feel like
Texas
it was
pulled
going to
away
be
again.
fully on and like, oh, this is going to be a good game. It was just like, oh, now Texas is going to get the ball back and they're going to score.
And they did.
And they did.
Yeah.
And then Tennessee got smacked around.
Oh, that was Ohio State, right?
Yeah.
Ohio State looked
Yeah.
good.
That was just a good old fashion ass whooping.
Yeah.
That Tennessee
Ohio
did
State
not
looked
look good.
Yeah. Tennessee looked bad.
Not good.
Yeah, I've been trying to say that. We get the Gamecocks New Year's Eve taking on Illinois.
Hey,
What's his name?
I think it's a route.
hopefully,
A&M's Friday, 27th.
Oh, nice. Okay, cool. Between Christmas and New Year's, yeah.
do you think either of
Las
your
Vegas
teams
Bowl.
are going to opt out? Like, what was it? Marshall just opted out. Like the whole team opted out of their bowl.
No.
And the bowl said, okay, we'll just replace you.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. But like,
I don't think
dang.
so. I think, and I think all our players will play because a 10-win season at South Carolina,
That's a big deal.
it's a big deal. So, in Texas A&M, they just call that last year, but in South Carolina, we think it's a tough thing to do against tall grass. So no, I think we'll show up and play and hopefully beat them pretty good.
I hope so.
But yeah,
Who is it? Illinois, right?
Illinois, yeah.
That's
I think
gonna be a good
Illinois
game.
eight wins.
They're good.
Yeah.
They're not bad.
Yeah.
The old Arkansas coach.
Citrus Bowl.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Wait, the Arkansas coach that like was on a motorcycle with a bottle of wine and a woman and broke his
No,
neck?
the one after him, Brett Bielema.
I like the one before better. Seemed like he lived life on the edge.
He's also at Arkansas right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah.
Hey.
He's a OC, the one you're talking about.
Uh,
Brett
so-
Bielema, yeah. Big dude.
So how did we do in our picks?
For like,
I said Texas was going to win. I said Ohio State was going to win. Jordy never made me a little bracket.
I picked Tennessee winning against Ohio State.
I don't remember what I said on the show, but my like bracket that I picked for the Slack.
There you go.
I was 4 for 4.
Oh, I haven't even opened that. I need to. Yeah. Okay. Nice.
I think I was 2 for 4 then.
I know I got Oregon winning it all.
I think that's why I have them too.
Man. No, you have Boise. You said Boise on the show.
What's the next round?
Yeah, well, the show is real life.
Hey, a show.
I feel like you were peer pressure, Sam, too.
So we have all the high level regular bowl games like this week. Then January the playoffs resume. Is that how it goes?
Yeah. So New Year's Eve,
I believe so,
is one of the games.
That's Penn State. Boise State.
Yeah. Just pull this up and refine our picks for the show.
New Year's Day.
Yep.
Oh, New Year's Day, so pretty soon. Oh, there's a football game going on right now. Packers are beating the brakes off the Saints. Yeah. Okay,
no problem.
Let's see. We got Penn State, Boise State on New Year's Eve.
Is that Fiesta Bowl?
Yep, and I'm gonna go Penn State.
I'm going Boise State.
Yeah.
Okay. Trey?
I'm going Penn State.
Okay, and then you got Texas, Arizona State on New Year's Day.
Texas.
Dude, that's going to be...
This ain't Texas. Ain't no hold 'em.
That's going to be an absolute massacre.
Dude, I hope so. And I just hope they,
I'm going Arizona State by 14.
And next year it's like, okay,
I feel like that's the spread.
Big 12, you don't get any teams in.
It is.
To the playoff, and ACC, if your champion goes undefeated, you get into the playoff, but that's it.
Okay, so you're both saying Texas by a lot.
100%.
I'm going Arizona State.
Wow.
Ohio State, Oregon. I'm going Oregon. Okay, Notre Dame, Georgia.
Ohio State looked good in their game, though, I will say.
That's true.
Oregon's
Notre Dame, Georgia.
Georgia. By a
Georgia. Yeah. Who's that coming down the track?
Who's that coming down the track?
It's the Mean Machine in red and black. That's their song. I've actually known that for a long time. Yeah. I'm actually in the Mean Machine red and black colors right now on the Strength Coat Christmas. Yeah. Ain't nothing finer in the land than a drunk and obnoxious Georgia fan. Go Dogs! Sick 'em.
Who wrote that?
Bob Dylan.
Waylon Jennings.
Waylon Jennings, wow.
Yeah, George Strait doesn't write anything.
He didn't write anything.
Yeah, he didn't write anything. He just sings them.
If he did write it, it would probably sound something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, probably something like that. Like, yeah. MEXICO, Mexico.
You suck, George Strait.
Yeah, George Strait.
We've always said that.
Yeah, we've all never stopped saying it. I love being sick.
It's the best.
Yep.
I hope I never feel better again.
Yeah. I hope I just keep this cough for another 2 weeks.
We rewind real quick. Army Navy. Did y'all watch that game?
I did watch that one pretty intensely. Watched the first quarter before a photo with Santa. Left for a photo with Santa. Was in line and was watching on my phone. Missed the half when she's missing nothing, and then saw half the third quarter and all the fourth. And I just loved that the midshipmen just beat them down. It was great. Yeah, that was a great game. Go Navy.
Go Navy.
Do they have a bowl? They must have a bowl.
Yeah,
I think so.
Some sort of, are they in like the
Bowls.
Pinstripe Bowl or something?
One's in the Pinstripe. They're playing Nebraska.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it's Navy or Army.
That might be Army.
Okay.
And then somebody's in like the armed. One of them, I think, is in like the Armed Forces Bowl.
Are they? Are they? What league are they in?
Navy.
Sorry.
The
Independent.
AAC.
ACC.
Yeah.
American. Oh, I can't find it.
One's in the Pinstripe Bowl. One's in the Armed Forces Bowl down here in Texas.
Dang.
And I think they're playing North Texas.
Okay, I can't find it, but whatever.
Let me
just look at Navy. Navy is playing Oklahoma.
Ooh.
Oh, that's a beatdown.
Oh, no.
Armed Forces Bowl.
Nice.
Go Navy. Long live the Veer.
Yeah, 100%. Go Navy.
Yeah, go Navy. All right, what else you got on the slide deck?
let's see. This is just for me to start my Auburn hype train again, going into next football season. Obviously, just missed the undefeated season this year, but feeling pretty good.
It was close, man. A couple plays, the season looks a lot different.
That's the way the cookie crumbles. Just one bounce of the ball here.
This is the number one wide receiver, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty hyped about that. So we got some targets for our boy from Oklahoma to throw at. So we'll see what happens.
It's that Yellowwood money.
Yeah, that's right. That Yellowwood.
Yellowwood pays pretty good.
In Alabama would just call that money.
So you're going to say wood.
Oh, sorry.
It's been a much funnier joke.
My bad. I don't even know what we're talking about. It's like the stuff that they built the Shire out of in Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
It's the stuff they build every house in the Southeast out of.
Okay.
It's like the lumber company. Like the guy is an alumni of Harvard. So it's
does South Carolina have a big
cock
donor?
Wait, what?
That
was a good joke. Did you get that joke?
That's pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Who is their number one donor, you think?
Strength Co.
That's actually
but besides us?
Yeah.
Besides
who's second?
I don't know. Actually, I know what you're talking about though, because the Red Sox have a glass company that's like been on everything since like the 60s. I don't know South Carolina's biggest donor.
They gotta have like one or two
Home Depot
big players. I could see that.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I don't know. Speaking of which,
it might actually be the strength coach.
Do you guys have helmets anywhere?
I got one back here. Hold on.
Oh, Auburn helmet. Trey, you got a helmet anywhere?
No helmet, man.
No, Mr. Helmet. So all this college football talk, if you want this podcast to continue, you got to support this podcast, and you don't have to support it directly. Maybe you don't want to lift weights. Maybe you're a new dad and working out sounds terrible, and you're just like, Trey and Grant are stupid for trying to do this during this crazy season of life. I just want to smash kettle corn and watch football, and
great.
I want a football helmet. You should go see Mr. Helmet. And the nice thing is you don't even have to know what the website name is or what the name of the company is, because I don't know what it is. But you can just click Mr. Helmet in the show notes.
Gridiron Green.
He does know what it is for.
Green Gridiron. Is it? Which one's first? Is it more green?
Green Gridiron.
Green Gridiron.
I think it's Green Gridiron. Yeah. You can go get a football helmet for your favorite college team. We got Strength Co helmet coming out soon. We may have an OK podcast helmet coming out soon. Wow. That's the Marine Corps helmet you're looking at right now. Go buy a helmet from Mr. Helmet. Great guy, better at helmets.
True.
That's what we've always said.
Yeah, always said that.
Yep.
Well, let's see. That wraps up college football.
What's we got there?
I guess, Grant, do you want to talk about Twentynine Palms and the Yucca Man? We need to go visit him.
Yeah. We can do that briefly. Maybe get a good story from Trey, good Marine story. So one of the things I've always said about life is if you have a big life event like a baby, make sure you stack it up with another one like a move, and then one is none, two is one, and you should always have two. So throw a deployment on the back end. And then when you land at your new destination with your wife and your baby and your cats and your empty house and all your boxes that need to be unpacked, make sure that the green weenie wants you to come to Twentynine Palms for 48 hours. Put that on top or you won't really experience life. So yeah, I had to go to Twentynine Palms, took the 95 black Chevy truck, ran like a top, was a little worried going up the hill. But most of the time I go in Twentynine Palms, I'm in a tactical vehicle, which basically my 95 Chevy is kind of like similar to a Humvee, in terms of it might break down. And that drive is just, it's like you're driving, you're like, I'm in Southern California. Whoa, that's a lot of windmills. Where am I? Like that's where your mind goes. And, then you get in that road through Joshua Tree and continue on. But, went to Twentynine Palms. It's just funny. Nothing's different. Hit the gate, 2 Marines with mustaches. And I'm like, hey, 2 Marines, 2 medals. And they're like, what? I'm like, there's 2 Marines that won 2 medals of honor. What are their names? They're like, oh, I don't know. So you tell them, yeah, Smedley Butler. I'm like, I haven't been here for 5 years. Anything changed? They're like, oh, we got rid of such and such. Now we have a Popeyes. I'm like, cool. Go in. And then that was literally their update. Go in, meet Battery Gunny, and takes us into our offices. And we're taking over the offices of a battery that's deployed. And so they're just ransacked. Like all the drawers are open, computer monitors are gone. Like there's nothing. Meet him. And then we're like going up to 311 Thunder 6. And to like do a brief about, us coming. And we sit down and everything that we make fun of happened.
Yes.
It was like the 3 comes in. He's like slicking back his hair. He's like, yeah, I just ran my CFT, blah, blah, blah. What a gut check. Yeah. Hey, Lieutenant, blah. And they're like, all right, let's take that. Put the POA&M up on the wall. Like they put it up on the wall. And I'm like, I feel like I'm inside of a simulation. How is this real? I'm like, all right, let's start out with admin. All right. How do they get AdCon dust? Like, how do they actually get? And then it's like, Lieutenant looks like he's from a movie, like glasses 7 inches thick. He's like,
geez.
Well, sir. And I told Trey on the phone the other day, there was the 2, as I sat down, was like staring at my hand. And I'm like, why is this dude staring at my hand?
Good looking.
And then I realized I'm like, oh, I'm wearing my Citadel ring. So he's like staring at it, but he's like nervous because I'm wearing an oak leaf and he has a gold bar on. And finally he's like, hey, sir, what ring is that? And I was like, oh, it's the Citadel. He's like, did you go? And I was like, nah, I just wear it. And he's like, oh, I went there too. And what I wanted to do was just bang it on the table and go, where's your ring, brother? But I was like, oh, nice. He's like, when did you graduate? And I was like, 2010. How about you? He's like, 2023. And I was like, wow, I feel old. And I said, oh, how was it? I haven't been back. And he goes, I haven't been back either. And I was like, you just left.
Wow. I've changed so much.
You're still crapping Confederate chow. Like, what are you talking about? Anyway, but yeah, the meeting was funny. And then 29 Palms is just an interesting spot. Like everyone that's there thinks they're like super badass, and they kind of are in a way. And, it was just, everything was just amazing. It was great to be back. And then
they're just all miserable together.
Yeah. And the map was on the wall. It's like Gaze Pass, the Quackenbush, and they have like these blue arrows. And all I was thinking was like, man, I don't remember any of that. And I need to make sure I don't get lost. For your non-military types, when you go into Amboy Canyon, when you go into 29 Palms, your phone just goes down to 0. So you're like living life, and then your phone just, and it's done. And so when you have to go places, when I was growing up back in the old Corps, you had a map and a compass. And the new Corps, everyone uses Apple Maps, and you don't get to do that out there. So it's going to be interesting, but yeah, no, it was just funny. And I saw Yucca Valley, and I was like, the Yucca Man. Yeah.
There's pockets of cell phone service.
That's true. There's pockets, and it's probably better than when we were there.
Because whenever we would roll into new pause, like one of the sergeants that was like in the lead Vic, and he would just like read off. He's like, "Hey, roll into the pause, whatever it is, cell phone update.
No service.
3G 1 bar." And you're like, oh, okay, 3G 1 bar.
AT&T.
Yeah. Reach out and touch someone.
Okay. That's it. Verizon.
What about T-Mobile? I got nothing.
Yeah. The Yucca Man cometh. Yeah, so we're coming down to the wire. By the time you listen to this, I love being sick. It'll be the 27th, which means Grant will be 5 days from deployment. So 5 days and I'll wake up. So we're coming down to wire. What happens to the OK podcast, you might say? Well, we have no idea. It'll be okay.
We'll figure it out.
Just make it up.
Yeah.
We made it up this spot.
Yeah. Figure it out.
52 weeks. We've made it.
It's the final countdown.
It's actually just going to be just like, we're still going to do it every week. It's just going to be me and Jeff talking trash about Grant. That's all it is.
To the FDO downrange.
Yeah.
I was thinking you guys, we do a thumbnail. We make PJ, make Duncan go across just in case you're going to lose your job after this. And now put tall grass on the screen. Yep. Make it taller. Okay. Good job, PJ. And now the bracket you never made 2 weeks ago, make the bracket. Yeah. No, we should just put our favorite soundtracks on, but we'll make a new thumbnail each week and everyone will be like, oh, it's a new podcast. And they'll go to click it and it'll just be like, I'm thinking about my doorbell. When you're going to ring it? When you're going to ring it? And that could be great.
I will say, if it's just me and Jeff, it will be very music heavy.
Yeah. Are we music light right now?
No.
I'm a big music guy.
Look at he got records in the background.
But you don't like underground music. You like
dude, the further you have to dig, the better.
Grant keeps his tool on him.
I'm insulted right now, Trey. Let me just grab a random record here. Let's see what happens.
Here you got. I'll grab one.
This is gonna be a White Stripes album straight out of the couch cushion.
Look at this. The Moody Blues. On the Threshold of a Dream.
Ooh,
first thing I grabbed.
I got Eddie Arnold.
Eddie Arnold. Jeff, what do you got? Big vinyl guys. Nah, you're good.
Hold on. This is this second closest one. You know this one?
I don't.
Arctic Monkeys.
Yeah. I do have a quick vinyl update.
Cold Monkeys.
I'm going to butcher this name. He is a longtime listener of the podcast, friend of mine. Met him at Lift Hard, Live Easy Classics. Been on the phone himself with BW Tax.
Wow.
Want to say it's Jeff McDormand, but I'm going to butcher it. Plus, there's an Instagram handle, and you have to remember all this stuff. But he had like a complete meltdown on my DMs when he saw me closing the cover while playing the record. And he's like, "What are you doing? You leave it open." And I've read that before. It's like crackle audio is better. Like you don't want to close the cover. And I didn't write back because I was moving. I love moving. I've always said that.
Always.
And I just thought, dude, do you not have cats? Like you cannot leave the record exposed. The cats want to become DJs. Like I've tried this. Yeah. Like there's a reason. So Big Jeff, if you wondered, I take my record listening seriously, but I also want to protect them from the cats.
Also, record safety is also very important.
Yeah. They're eating the cats.
They're
that was good. That was good.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah. Not as good as my big cock joke, but you know, can't all be bangers.
We'll try.
We get anything left on the slide deck?
There's a save round.
We haven't even asked for alibis.
Well, Trey had one in there, and I just kept reading it, and it kept making me laugh because it says baby meat purees, and I was just like picturing like, Trey's eating.
I did want to know about this.
Like he's Trey, you're not supposed to eat the babies. So like they're officially ours. Shout out.
There's puree for
baby meat.
But yeah, baby meat purees and egg banana pancakes. I want to hear about this. I want to hear about this chow. Let's do some chow talk.
So I've am fascinated with like whenever you're starting to introduce real food to a baby.
South Carolina, we just call that food.
Yeah. Once you're starting to introduce food, solid food to a baby, it's like, hey, you're talking to pediatrician, like, hey, what's the strategy on this? She's like, oh, you just give it to them. And if they have allergic reaction, then you just like,
you just take them to hospital.
Deal with it. I'm like, okay, so
great.
You try this one at a time. And if they don't die, then you're good. You move on to the next thing. Essentially is what it is.
Yeah.
So we've been going through and we started doing solids and we did the purees. And so I was at the store. I thought purees was like fruit and like sweet potato. Yeah. And I go to the store. I'm like, oh, they have like beef. Was it duck was on there? Like it was like all the different meats you could think of. Yeah, it was like all over the place. I'm like, oh, let's start grabbing some protein. So we're doing that. Okay. And they actually, they're not bad. They're pretty good.
Yeah.
But the best thing that we've made so far, because you try to do different textures, right?
Okay.
Big texture guy,
is Abby's like, hey, I've read about these pancakes because she's.
I thought you were going to say pans for a second.
She wanted pancakes for her dinner. So she's like, we can make the baby pancakes too. And I go, what are you talking about? She's like, oh, it's 1 banana to 1 egg.
Okay.
And I'm like, what? And so you just like puree banana and then you scramble an egg and you mix it together.
What does puree mean?
Smoothie.
Turn it into liquid.
So blender?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Ninja.
Okay. Continue.
Yeah. And then you just pour it in and just do it like, it's like, that's your pancake mix. And like, I'm like, this sounds disgusting.
But
I'm like, it was the best. I'm like, why would this is how I want all my pancakes now? I don't know. This is fantastic.
Did you still put syrup on it?
Yeah.
From Canada or the US?
It's the brown jug one. It's from the US.
From Trader Jose?
No, it's from Sprouts.
Okay, I don't know the brown jug.
It's the same one that you had.
Okay, then it's legit.
Yeah.
Can't be messing with that Canadian syrup.
Yeah.
No. And so I'm like, oh man, these are actually, it's just banana and egg. That's it.
Wow. Sounds good.
I don't know. It's worth trying out. Mix it up. Try it out.
Nice.
Babies didn't like it. I was happy because I just had.
You're like, more for me.
I had like 14 of those things. It was fantastic.
Let's see here. For the 1 year anniversary, we got to think about people that have made a mark on the pod.
That's what I love. What I've always loved about BW Tax is, you can be someone like me. I have a W-2 job still. Got to support the wife, the kids. There you go. Kids, there's child tax credits. It's the government has really created a wild maze that is income tax and loopholes and all that. And that's what the folks at BW Tax, that's their bread and butter. I mean, that's what they're known for and what they've come to be so excellent at. And that's why, you can talk to them remotely, even if you're from some place in the sticks like Western Northeast South Dakota, you can still talk to a warm body at BW Tax. It's not a bot. It's not a chat GPT service. It's real people there providing a real service. And that's what I love about them at bwtax.com.
bwtaxllc.com.
Woo! The man who started it all.
Sometimes you get it right the first time.
Sometimes you get it right. It's almost like that guy's done like 600 episodes of podcasts and knows what he's doing. Big shout out to Tanner for giving us the BW Tax ad read that everyone just ran with. 52 weeks, 52 guests. No, 52 weeks, maybe 26 guests, maybe more. I don't know. At this part of the show, every year, as we wrap up another year of podcasting, we always do what I call the truth gun. And we put the gun to Jeff's head and we say, Jeff, favorite guest, go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to lose your answer. 0.
I really I liked the Tim Bain episode. I wasn't on
Tim
it,
Bain,
but I
Tim
really
Bain.
liked Tim
Jeff hit it all gas.
Truth gun, Trey. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Who's the girl we talked to?
Nova.
I'll do the magician.
The magician, Evan, the card guy. Okay.
I thought that was pretty interesting. Yeah,
I
learned a lot about social media.
That's where you guys put 2 guns in my head.
Ready? Truth gun. Grant. Favorite guest.
Someone has to count.
3, 2,
2.
1.
Short clock.
Jim Denofa. I think there was. So I think Jim Denofa's up there, but he also just represents like Jim Denofa hadn't talked to in depth in a while, had a big impact on us, like early Marine Corps career. Donnie Bowers hadn't talked to in a while. Was great to talk to. Tim Bain, like talked to via text, but hadn't been able to talk to. BW keeps the lights on. So then you have like Shep, Teal, those guys, all great, but like, we talk to them once in a while. But I thought, for me, like Jim and maybe Donnie, and that's not like they were the best guest. It just means like for me, it was like I felt like I got to catch up and that was fun.
Yeah,
I'm switching mine. Mine's Shep. I really
Shep,
like that.
Okay, yeah, Shep was great. Shep was fantastic. The other part about Shep though is like Jeff and I see him all the time, so it was fun for us. But
truth got worse guests.
Truth got worse guests. I don't know. But yeah, no, it's been fun.
Worst ad read. Who had the worst?
Stephen Garcia.
100%.
It didn't even make sense. Yeah.
Do you know how your taxes work?
Yeah.
You should actually probably call BW. I think he needs to do some explaining.
I think about halfway through the pod, he said, "Can I drink?" And I think he just never stopped by the time he got to the ad read. So, 52 weeks. If you like this pod, go subscribe to YouTube. We're only going to do episode 53 for 1,000 subscribers. That means that 500 people need to go subscribe. We also need a minimum of 52 comments on this week's episode, or we're going to retire. What were the rest of our demands that we wrote out?
If we don't get to 5,200 Instagram followers, we're not going to do our taxes this year.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah.
So please, that was one of them. So please go subscribe.
Saved rounds, alibis.
Did anyone care? Does anyone care about the Heisman anymore? Does anyone?
Nah.
Right?
No.
Like, what happened?
Nah.
How did that thing just lose its... No one cares about it anymore. I used to get hyped for it.
Once we lost the fullback, it's been all downhill.
Preach.
It's you know what messed it up is the playoffs.
Oh. Yeah. Playoffs.
I'm like everyone, because usually it's like it kind of follows like, hey, you have all the awards, then bowl season starts, right?
Season's over. Army Navy game, awards, bowl season.
Bowl season.
We got Top Shepherd.
Shep, Colin, do we get him
Put him on real quick? Yeah.
Shep, you're on the OK podcast.
Hey, Jeff.
Yes.
Hey, what's going on?
What's up? You're on the OK podcast right now.
Oh, really?
Say something
for real.
Oh, shit! I wanted to talk to you about something, but not on the OK podcast.
Okay. Can I call you back?
Yes, please.
All right. I will.
That was perfect. Slurring his R's and rolling his S's. I can hear you, Jeff. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me, Trey?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Something happened to Jeff. I think his phone took over his AirPods and he doesn't know it.
Reconnect. Connect.
In South Carolina, we call that a connection. I'm going to text
I can at least hear him.
I can hear him.
We should make him do the...
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
Your AirPod's connected to your cell phone. Are you back?
You AirPod cell phone. Cell phone. It's connected to the cell phone. This is a great podcast.
The poor people that have stayed here for 52 weeks.
It's working.
Yeah, it's good. It's like your phone
the
connected to
spider.
Yeah,
that's what I was doing.
Connection.
The
itsy spiders.
Is this Trey's saved round?
Yeah.
No,
that's
what happened to Heisman. Bring it back in. That's what happened to Heisman.
Okay. Oh yeah, right. Serious podcast. Yeah.
Okay. That's nice.
Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Are we not allowed to say Merry anymore? Oh, okay, got it. I like the English,
It's an English thing.
Can't wait for Boxing Day. Right after Christmas, I get Boxing Day.
Boxing Day, yeah.
It's Boxing Day, eh?
Oh, it's Liverpool. Liverpool's in first, yeah. Happy day.
So Liverpool over at the pub, huh? Grandma came over to Christmas Day hammered.
That's why we beat them.
That's why we beat them, yeah. They were too busy celebrating Boxing Day.
Like a freaking drum.
Yeah. Boom, boom.
But yeah, no, happy Christmas Eve.
Yeah. When you listen to this, it's the day after. Hope you're fat and happy. If mom gave you a check, go to www.thestrength.co.
Yes, sir.
And buy you a cast iron pan. The pans are at the Coder. They got there Friday. and they weren't able to coat them on Monday, but they are going to coat them on Friday. So that means that pan is going to be hitting your doorstep by about January 10th. If you like food, if you like yesteryear, if you like traditions, if you like things that last forever, if you want to buy something that can sustain your well-being for the next 30 years and then your child's well-being for their next 70, with God's grace, 80 years, you need a Strength Co cast iron pan. We anoint them with oil, so they are pre-seasoned and they are ready to anoint your food with that seasoning. 12 inches. I've always said I'm 5 foot, 12 inches. And it's an amazing pan. Go buy the pan. www.strength.co. Let's see a couple other updates real quick. If you're on the store, the strength.co, while you're there, hey, you want barefoot shoes? Ooh. You want to do some deadlifts? You want the new Patriot Bruin boot? You can buy those right at the strength.co. You can buy them while you're shopping. You can buy some smelling salts.
Wow.
You can buy a helmet. They got some new items on the store. So, hey, one-stop shop. We're like a shopping mall for lifters. That's what I've always said. So go check it out. We lost Trey.
He went to go buy some barefoot shoes, I think. On
yeah, cast iron pan. He's
wait a minute.
Fry him up. Wait, he said yesteryear. Let me get over there.
Let me get these bananas and eggs, make some pancakes real quick.
Yeah. So let's see. Today's Monday. We usually record on Tuesdays, which means that we would be supposed to record on New Year's Eve. I feel like we're just going to make that happen. I feel like there's an episode 53 in the book.
I'm not going to be doing anything.
We could watch the ball live.
Oh, that'd be great.
Not the Marine Corps ball, the ball drop.
Yeah. On the East, we can watch the East Coast ball drop because I don't say.
Yeah, it's perfect for me at 9 p.m. It sounds great. So we don't know what we're going to do, but we're going to try to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So at this point of the show, when Trey goes to take a leak and leaves his Vivek Ramaswamy AirPods on, and we all listen to him take a pee. And when he comes back,
did you actually hear it?
They heard all of it.
Fantastic.
It sounded like you passed the kidney stone. When he comes back,
screaming.
Yeah, we tell him to bring us in for a landing.
Oh man, I actually heard all y'all, so that was pretty good.
Oh, hey, excellent.
I was buying barefoot shoes, so that's where I went. What episode are we on?
5-2. Remember 52 weeks every year at 52. Yeah.
Who would have thunk it?
Do you believe in miracles?
Episode 052 of the
Okay
podcast. Sorry.
That's where we usually 52 times. 53rd's the charm.
Yeah. I have literally not changed the way I do this.
Okay, continue.
Every time.
Continue. You're cleared hot.
Cleared hot. Episode 52 of the OK podcast. I always like to thank our sponsor, BW Tax. Man, great guy, better at taxes. We've always said that. Go see Mr. Helmet. Get yourself a helmet. If you're looking, are we looking for new sponsors?
No, we're full.
We're good.
We're so full.
If you want to, so we are doing a thing right now. If you want to buy the 2026 season, 2025 we're full. If you want to buy the 2026 season, it's pretty cheap. It's $400 a month, but you have to pay for the whole year of 2026, and there's no guarantee that we ever record an episode. But we will make you the lead sponsor.
Yeah, lock your sponsorship in now.
If we do,
we only accept payment in Bitcoin.
Yep.
Yeah, which is it's on the block.
94,000.
Yeah, 94,000.
Yeah,
you're welcome, by the way, listeners, for over doubling Bitcoin. Anyway, continue. I know I slowed you down there.
No, you're good. Thanking our sponsors. I believe we're still powered by the Strength Co.
Last I checked, yeah.
Verified. Okay. Look at the show notes below. You will see the Slack channel down there. I'd love to see you on there. Interact with us. Use code OK. Discount on that. Hop on there. Interact with us. Talk to all the peeps down there. If you got any questions about lifting, that's the place to do it. If you got any questions about life or just want to be silly, do it all there. Go to YouTube, give us a like and subscribe there. Leave us a comment. See our beautiful faces. If you haven't done it by now, I don't know what's wrong with you. Most importantly, if you go to www.theokpodcast.com, you will find all the social medias. follow us, like, subscribe. Now, we also have our each and individual social media accounts.
Hang on, for episode 52, let me just go live while Jeff actually goes live on the show. Okay. No one's going to be able to hear me because I'm in the headphones. I'll do it anyway. Go ahead.
Yeah, we have our individual social media accounts. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, we're all live right now. That's how active we are on social media.
Don't stop, Jeff.
Oh, hey, Jeff, how many followers do you have right now?
Million.
Who's following you on live? A million people. Amazing.
I'm crashing the servers.
We got 2 people in. We got 3 people in. We got 4 people in. Wow. This is incredible. This is incredible. We got Gaston Mooney in the house.
Woo.
We got Mohammed Roni. We got Caitlin.Emily.
Our biggest supporters.
I'm doxing everybody. Yo, guys, what's up? What's up? And then
this should have been the episode.
Okay.
Go live.
Okay. No, this is Jeff going live.
Yeah.
Oh, this is Jeff going live.
We got 7 people in here. That's more than we had in last week's episode of listeners. We got 9 people in here. We got 15 people in here. Biggie JP's in here. Oh, Jeff, ask to co-host.
How do I do that?
There's a little button. Like, see the little camera button down there?
Okay.
We got a golden retriever that just joined. So they're a dog. No, actually, let's see. There's like 2 men. Okay, I'm going to invite you right now. Here we go. Invite. All right, you're invited. Oh, no, I just invited you to join. How do I add a host?
Oh, okay.
I don't know how to do this. As we said, we go live all the time.
All the time.
So
Biggie JP declined. Someone said woof, woof.
Oh.
My dog is watching too, so add an extra person. Gaston Mooney. Shout out Alps, Tucker Carson. 9
Tucker
milligrams.
Carlson?
Wow.
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, he's on here. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway, so as you were saying, Trey, we always go live.
Yeah, I actually had no idea what that meant just until now. So
wow.
Amazing. That's how, but we're very active.
Yeah, very active.
Media. Other than that, gentlemen, it's been fun so far for your excited to see. We'll see where this goes. I don't know. Might look the same, might not look the same. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's see.
Coach, did I miss anything?
No, you did great.
No.
As we've always said, go to www.theokpodcast.com to find everything. I'm just going to play a little outro here. Ooh. And then PJ can probably cut it. Oh, by the way, shout out PJ.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Yeah. Shout out PJ.
Big shout out to PJ.
I made sure Mom already logged off. And we'll leave you with this.
Greatest singer-songwriter of our generation.
Most sad song.
Oh.
I believe it's half full, not a half empty glass. Every day I wake up knowing it could be my last. I ain't here for a long time.
Roughly 52 weeks.
I'm here for a good time.
The OK Podcast.
See you next time.